I'm 79 years old now, and there are things I've carried with me for too long. Things I wish I'd said out loud sooner, not for anyone else, but for myself. It's a truth that creeps up on all of us, whether we want it or not. I spent most of my life chasing what I thought was expected of me, and now, looking back, I see how much of my own path I gave away. It wasn't dramatic. It was quiet, day by day, until it was too late to get it back. And come now, let me show you the pictures of my life.
When I was younger, everything seemed straightforward. I built a career in business, the kind where you wear a suit every day and shake hands with people who decide if you're worth something. I rose through the ranks, managed teams, hit targets. People respected me for it. My family, my neighbors, even strangers at gatherings. I had a house that was bigger than we needed, savings that grew steadily, awards on the shelf. It felt like success, like I was doing what a man should do, provide, achieve, be seen as reliable. But underneath, there was this hollowness I ignored. I'd come home exhausted, sit in the quiet, and wonder why it didn't fill me up. I told myself it was just fatigue, that tomorrow would be better. I didn't question it because everyone around me was doing the same. We all nodded along, approving of each other's busyness. Then came the turning point. About 10 years ago, I had a heart attack. Not the kind that kills you right away, but the kind that lands you in a hospital bed, staring at white walls with machines beeping around you. The doctors said I was lucky, caught it early, they called it. But lying there, alone in the middle of the night, I wasn't thinking about luck. I was thinking about all the years that had slipped by while I was proving myself to bosses, to colleagues, to my own father's ghost. My wife was there, holding my hand, but even then I realized how much I'd kept her at arm's length, always prioritizing the next meeting or the next promotion. It forced me to see my life for what it was, a series of choices made to fit someone else's idea of good. That's when the realization hit me, terrifying in its simplicity. I hadn't been living my own life. I'd been performing it, checking boxes, education, job, marriage, kids, retirement fund, all while wondering why the satisfaction never stuck. I'd told myself I had time to do the things that really called to me, like writing those stories I'd always thought about, or traveling without an agenda, or just sitting with my thoughts without guilt. But time isn't something you have, it's something that has you. And now, at 79, I see how that lie, "I'll do it later," steals everything. If you're making excuses right now, telling yourself your job demands it or your family expects it, listen closely. Those are the same words I used, and they echo louder in the quiet hours. Success, the way I chased it, was the biggest deception. Money comes and goes, but the goalposts keep moving. I'd hit one milestone and there'd be another waiting. Bigger house, better title, more security. It never ends until you decide it does. I remember a colleague, sharp as they come, who worked himself ragged for decades. He planned to retire at 65 and finally pursue his painting, but he had a stroke at 63, and that was it. No more plans. I went to his funeral, saw his family standing there, and thought, that could be me. My own regrets mirror that. I sacrificed weekends with my children for overtime, thinking it was for their future. Now they're grown with their own lives, and I wonder what conversations we missed, what laughter we could have shared. The regrets, they're the heaviest part. I didn't take that trip to the mountains with my brother when he asked, years ago. He passed last winter, and now those unspoken invitations haunt me. I didn't tell my daughter often enough that I was proud of her, not for her grades or her job, but just for who she is. We had arguments over small things, money, choices, and I held on to grudges because I thought being right mattered more than being close. Friends faded away because I was too busy to call, too focused on impressing people who didn't really know me. Simple things, like watching a sunset without checking the time, or reading a book just because it stirred something in me, I put them off. And now, in the evenings, when the house is still, those absences feel like holes I can't fill. What actually matters when you strip it all away is so basic it almost sounds foolish to say. It's the people around you, the time you give them without distraction, the presence in moments that won't come again. I know it sounds obvious now, but when I was young, I believed success was measured by what others saw, your title, your bank account, your reputation. Now I understand it's about what you feel when no one's watching, the quiet joy of a shared meal, the relief of forgiveness, the freedom of choosing your own direction, even if it disappoints someone. Let me ask you this, gently, without any push. If you knew you had only 1 year left, would you keep living exactly as you are right now? Not in panic, but in truth. Would the days feel like yours or like something borrowed? If I could speak to my younger self, I'd say, stop seeking nods from strangers. Stop filling your calendar with obligations that drain you. Start listening to that quiet voice inside, the one that knows what you truly want. Start saying no to what doesn't light you up, even if it means walking alone for a while. Claim your hours, your choices, before they're claimed for you. I'm 79, and I don't know how many mornings I have left. The happiness I feel now, in small things, a cup of coffee in the sun, a call from my granddaughter, is deeper than anything I chased in my youth. But it came late. Don't let it be late for you. What path are you on that isn't truly yours?